As the school year ends for summer, the time kids spend on screens will increase. Kylie is working to ensure children have creative alternatives from devices, especially neurodivergent kids who are exponentially harmed by excessive screen time. Working with the Eagles Autism Foundation, EAF, Kylie Kelce is helping with screen-free summers. Kylie, can you talk more about this?
Yes. So I partnered with HP because they created this outstanding resource, not only for kids who are neurodiverse, but also I know my own girls will be partaking in this activity. They have created the resource available at hp.com/printpals, where you can make your own puppets. They give you a bunch of different feet, a bunch of different eyes and expressions, glasses, no glasses, and you can get creative. I say you because I will wholeheartedly be partaking in this activity as well. But our girls will, I know, be excited to get hands-on, creative, and when they're done, they get to use them in creative play as well with communication and maybe even talking about emotions.
I'm not going to lie. I know I'm 30 years old now. I get this. This looks way more fun than being on my phone. This looks like it's
I
right
know.
down my alley. That's
I know.
awesome.
And I think one of the best ways to engage with your kids is to show them that you can play as well. And it's also just fun to not feel like a grown up for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So I will be right in there with them.
If you don't think the Lego set comes out from time to time, I mean, you're out of your mind. The
Exactly.
Lego set still comes out. I do want
That's
to point
it.
out, I
You get
lived in
it.
Philly. I lived in Philly for 3 years, so I feel like I have a good pulse on this. I also want to shout out my first year in Philly. The Eagles won the Super Bowl, so shout out Jason for allowing me to drink a beer on City Hall
Perfect.
steps. That was a really fun time. So I have a good pulse on this. What is your favorite cheesesteak spot?
Oh, that's a great question. Mine is Delisandro's. I think that it's important to note, and being from here, I have come to this realization. Each neighborhood in Philadelphia really leans towards whatever spot is their neighborhood spot. So I grew up closest, I would say, to Delisandro's. That is one of my favorites. I recently tried Angelo's, which was phenomenal. And I've tried a bunch all over the city, but I really think like if you go to Northeast Philly, it's Steve's Prince of Steaks. So like it's just all around. You can find the neighborhoods, and where they lean into is their local spot.
Yeah, Kylie Kelce knows ball. She knows ball right there. That's a good choice. Delisandro's that's number one. Ish Kabibbles is a
Yes,
close too. I also want
down
to
on
point
South
out,
Street, outstanding spot.
yeah, right. See, I know these things.
You
I love
do.
your TikToks of places Kylie has no places being. I know it's a little new TikTok thing you've done. I've really enjoyed it. What was the catalyst behind this, and what's the favorite one you've done so far?
So it's funny. I have not talked about this anywhere yet, but I was headed to Milan Fashion Week. A friend of mine had been talking to me about it for over a year. And it was something new and exciting that I wanted to explore. And I wanted to explore it with my dear friend. So I said yes. And as I was talking to Carly Panaccia, who actually works in community relations with the Eagles, I said to her, I don't know what I'm doing going. I have no business being there. And she said, you should really make that a series. And I said, okay, I will. So shout out to Carly because she told me to do it. And since then, I have been put in. It honestly is just a really cool opportunity to make a funny twist on the fact that I am so grateful to be able to go into these spaces and experience new things in situations that I probably would not have been in otherwise.
That's awesome. Yeah, they crack me up. You playing field hockey was yeah. I feel like I need to
I
start
should have
doing things.
never been a I should have never been on the field with Olympic players. And they both yesterday were named to the Olympic team officially. So we'll cheer them on in Paris, Kelly and Ashley. But yeah, I no business as a 32-year-old mom of three. Not even in my prime did I have business being out there with them, but especially not now.
As I sit here in Kansas City, I need to know this. When you first met Travis Kelce, what did you think? Because I'm sure that was a little, okay, Jason, yeah, nice guy. We love this. This is going somewhere. And you meet Travis, you're like, this is your brother? This is your brother?
It's funny. Jason and I had been together for quite some time before I actually got to meet Travis. I'm talking at least through a full football season, because the schedules didn't match up. And so I actually met him in Hawaii at Pro Bowl. It was a full dive into the Kelce pool because I had never been on a Kelce family vacation, and that turned into one. So we had the entire Kelce family together, which is rare. But I had received months and months and months of Jason talking up his brother and telling me what an amazing person he was and how kind and generous and loving. And he lived up to it. He is hilarious and the best uncle and an outstanding brother-in-law.
When they created the New Heights podcast, what was your reaction? Because you're like, okay, these guys are creating a podcast, and now seeing what it has become, you occasionally getting involved as well. You're like, okay, Jason, you're retiring, and now you have another job. What are you doing here?
Yeah, he when they started the podcast, it cracked me up because people really gravitate towards their brother dynamic and how they play off of each other. It's basically a glimpse into our holiday dinner tables. It is exactly what they do when they get in person, face to face with each other. So it's fun to see that other people are enjoying getting a quick glimpse into that.
Before I let you go here, do you have a little hobby or anything that people don't really know about? Crocheting, knitting, obviously not field hockey. What's something that people don't know about Kylie Kelce?
That's a great question. I do know how to knit, but it's been a while. I don't necessarily know that I have a hidden hobby at this point. I feel like everything is on the table. That being said, I am not artistic, and I'm not just saying this because of my print pals. I'm not artistic, but I do love to just do a quick doodle or even just coloring pages. That's really relaxing. I love doing that with the girls. I would say that's probably the one I have not discussed.
Finally, how can people get involved with EAF? How can people get involved with Print Pals? Where can they go? Just final thoughts on this.
Yeah, so EAF, our next fundraising effort will be on June 26th at the Ocean Drive. It's our 4th year there. There will be a number of guys guest bartending, including Jason. But HP has provided you this resource. Print Pals are accessible at hp.com/printpals.
Kylie Kelce, really appreciate it.